Hey guys, BKRose9 here, giving you another IPDL Season 4 matchup. This week we go up against the Pittsburgh Aegislash and one of my best friends, GalacticEmpire, rocking the Mega Banette, Tapu Koko, Lucario, Amoonguss, Politoed, Bronzong, Vanillux, Perugly, Crocodile, Drotagon, Entei, and Minior. A pretty all-around team, to be honest. He has a really good, he knows how to use Mega Banette really well, which is a really big threat, especially since this thing got MVP last season. My god. Kirk, always a threat, but in a way predictable. You can run Scarf Moxie or Banded Intimidate, either or. You've got Entei, who is a really great mon to use all around. A threat to physical attackers. And then you got Politoed, who could just set up rain and do all over things. But at the same time, you can never forget about Koko. Even though, in opinion, worst Koko, besides Buddha. So, with that being said, here's the team. We have Trifecta, the Mega Beedrill, running U-Turn, Poison Jab, Drill Run, and Knockoff. Knockoff for the Banette, and if anything wants to switch in, well, you're not going to have a fun time, especially if you're Bronzong. Drill Run for things like Entei, Tapu Koko, which we do outspeed if it is not Scarf. You got Poison Jab for, again, Koko, because most likely when we get that adaptability boost, that's what our play is. The only bad thing that I can see that can touch our Beedrill is possibly Mega Banette, despite our knockoff. But at the same time, not Entei, I'm sorry. Minior is also a huge threat. With its Shell Smash. I can't speak today. Its Shell Smashing ability, or move. Anyways, let's just go back to the next mon. We got Vanity, our Victini, running Fire MZ, V-Crate, Bolt Strike, Shadow Ball, and Focus Blast. V-Crate is for the big wall, Amoonguss, which it dies no matter what. Lucario can be killed by that thing. Vanillux, dead. Perugly with the Z move can die. Bolt Strike for things like Minior and Politoed. Shadow Ball for Mega Banette, and then Focus Blast for Perugly, Crook. And so, yeah. Next up, we got Permafrost, our choice Scarf Mamoswine. Running Icicle Crash for things like, I forget, Minior, Crook, Drotagon. Got Earthquake for Tapu Koko, and Bronzong if he is not Levitate. However, we do outspeed Koko, so we should be fine with just Koko at least. Superpower for, again, the Crook, Perugly, Vanillux, possibly the Politoed. I did not calc it, but I should have. And then Ice Shard just for mobility, just in case anything weird happens. But I guess one thing I could really say about Ice Shard is for the Minior, although I do not see Minior really coming. Next up, we got Big Mac, our Banded Primeape. Jeez, I cannot speak today. Running Close Combat for Crook, Perugly, Vanillux, yada yada. You got Earthquake for the Tapu Koko. If we do live one Dazzling Gleam, I'm 100% sure that we live though. We got the Ice Punch for, again, Crook, and then Seed Bomb again for Crook. We have a lot of things for Crook, trust me. Crook was a huge threat. Next up we got Leftovers, Calypso, Toxic, Ice Beam, Scald, Recover, kind of the same thing like last week, where if we do get burned by a possible Politoed Scald, we can really take advantage of that with Marvel Scale, running a little bit of special attack, just because looking at the team, it just, yeah. And then next up, we've got Katsugu, our Illusion, Zoroark, holding a Life Orb, running Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, and Flamethrower. Our big check and possible sack off if needed against Mega Banette. As, again, he has used Mega Banette so much that he is just in love with this thing. I ship it, but we just got other things for things like Bronzong, for I forgot if I had anything for Sludge Bomb besides Koko. Looks like I did not, but it is what it is. Focus Blast for his really, really weak fighting type team. And with that being said, let's get into the battle. And great. Luckily, I did not. I got like most of this right. So he brought Banette, brought Koko. He brought Politoed instead of Lucario, and I forgot what an Entei instead of. No, I got that wrong. I'm sorry. He brought Lucario instead of Entei, and then Amoonguss instead of Bronzong. He did bring the Politoed though, and he brought the Crook. So, problems initiated. So, going to the first thing, I knew he was possibly going to go into the. Sorry, let me pause this. He went to Amoonguss, or he went to Politoed. Most likely Amoonguss. So, I went into Katsugu here, and, well, we see how that goes. We see that he is Scarf first turn. We see that this is a problem that we're going to have to deal with because he's not Intimidate. And Scarf Moxie. Here we go again. I go into my actual Calypso now, and he goes into Monami, the Politoed. I swear to God, I do not like the name for this thing. For many reasons. He goes for the Scald. After I go for the Toxic, we get the burn, so we are taking advantage. Luckily we still have our leftovers. I go for the Scald. He goes for the Scald back, and this is going to be a Scald War for another probably 2 turns. Luckily though, we do win this 100%. So a Scald to the incoming Amoonguss does a good 15. We then go for the Ice Beam, does 30. We do get the Freeze. I am sorry, buddy. Again, I never like to rely on hacks, but then again, we will never know how this will go. So, Ice Beam to the Cheshire, the incoming Mega Banette, and I simply just go into Beedrill. Problem is, though, apparently everything does not like Shadow Claw, especially a Beedrill. So, I go for the Ice Shard on an incoming Destiny Bond, and I find out that Ice Shard actually is good. So, I'm gonna pause this again. Ice Shard against the Destiny Bond. Apparently, Destiny Bond does do a +1, but however, since our Mammoth is faster, 1,000,000%, even without Scarf, possibly, yeah. We are able to outspeed the Destiny Bond, so, yay for that. And so, he knows that, and he goes into his Monami. I go for another Ice Shard, and this is where all the fun is starting to arrive, when we go, like, turn to turn. So, I go for the Ice Beam. He then thaws out, goes for a Stun Spore for, I'm not sure what reason, I think to stun a possible incoming Mammoth. But, he goes for the Giga Drain, shows that it does basically nothing to me. And as he goes for another Giga Drain, I go for the Recover. Oh, I remember what the Stun Spore. He did expect me to switch into something. I believe it was the Victini. In which now he Giga Drains. I simply just go for a V-Create, and he ends up sacking off his Lucario. So, I do like the name of that Lucario though. I think I get the reference. But in comes the Crook, definitely revealing Scarf. I had to sack off my Primeape, sadly. He switches into Monami as I go for the Simple Recover. That was basically my play 100%, even if he outsped. He sacks off his Cheshire, and in comes, I believe it was the Koko. Yep, the Koko. I go into Permafrost here. He predicts me with the Grass Knot, and that will be 100% the game. But not without a few kills. I go for the Z move and kill this thing even in the rain. Wow. He goes into Kratos, goes for the EQ, that kills. He then basically tries to preserve Deferential and go into Monami. I simply go for the Ice Beam. Does nothing, but it is what it is. At this point, I actually really had to hope that he switched into Koko there and Ice Beam. Here's the thing, I expected him to Parasong here instead of Encore. So, clever on him. I have to Scald kill him, or kill with the Toxic, I believe it was. It was. So, now he goes into Koko simply, and goes for the one thing that absolutely is annoying. Thunder. He told me he also had Thunderbolt, and I'm like, why didn't you just Thunderbolt? It's like, it's in the rain, this is what I used it for, you're welcome. I'm like, okay then. So, it's a 2-0 victory. Clap, clap, clap. Good job, Gala. So, I feel like I could have done a couple things better. Definitely look at calcs with Mega Banette, because the Mega Beedrill dying actually played a huge part in this matchup. I could have had coverage for a couple things, but it is what it is. I will admit that I could have played a little better, but now we are 1-2, -5. We're going to try to pick it up against our buddy, well, a decent friend at best, as long as he doesn't hacks me out, Psy Guy. All jokes aside, he is actually a really good battler, a great friend. I hope our battle won't be as hacksy as Semis, but it is what it is. With all salts aside, if you enjoyed this battle, or this video at all, hit that like button down below. Subscribe for new content, because we post many different types of coverage, from an upcoming reaction from like when I'm recording this, more Pokemon battles, and the project that is set to come out sometime in September. Hype. Anyways, that being said, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, peace out, Mikuians.